station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Yo, I come from a small city where nothing is handed. Took my talents and made them work for me, look where I landed. I know a lot of those out there really don't want me having it. They just mad that I'm creeping on them and they had advantages. See, when my voice is on, I let my voice be the change. Put it in these communities, let it give them some range. Let them know that they got a shot at anything they want. And it ain't all about the teaching, but really how they responded. And here on KBLA Talk 1580, we gon' get into it. The whole world on Smiley audio media. The others tell it, but they truths have some limits. We got that food for soul, not what they feeding ya. Black lives matter all the time. Yeah, let's talk about it. About the school to prison pipeline. Yeah, let's talk about it. Police brutality out of line. Yeah, let's talk about it. All these thoughts running through my mind. We gotta talk about it. I am unapologetically progressive in efforts to fight for the people. Gotta exercise our voting rights and then push the needle. I'm walking tall, cause I know that y'all expect me to lead. To push the message I am willing to bleed. I gotta get what I need. That's social reform, that's prison reform. I'm highly informed, don't put down a pen. I got a list, I can't resist. I preach it till I talk with a list. And who you know gon' give it to you like this? And here on KBLA Talk 1580, we gon' get into it. The whole world on Smiley audio media. The others tell it, but they truths have some limits. We got that food for soul, not what they feeding ya. Black lives matter all the time. Yeah, let's talk about it. About the school to prison pipeline. Yeah, let's talk about it. Police brutality out of line. Yeah, let's talk about it. All these thoughts running through my mind. We gotta talk about it.
Yeah, man, let's talk about it. We got a lot to talk about right here. KBLA Talk 1580. Welcome to the Danny Morrison Show. The whole 9 in the nighttime, right at 9 usually. But today, once again, the whole 9 during drive time. Quick programming note for those that are popping in right now. Checking for Don Amici versus everybody again. And a surprise to hear my voice on the KBLA frequency. The Danny Morrison Show is broadcasting from this time slot. Yes, today, and tomorrow. And for those that are popping in at 9 p.m., this show is a replay from earlier today at 4 p.m. again. In addition, my friend, both shows will have best of broadcasts on Thanksgiving Thursday and Black Friday. But don't you fret, my pet. All will return to normal come Monday, November 28th, live. And I predict that when I return on Monday, I will be so fat that my waistline will have more rolls than a bakery. Trust me, it's coming. Any pictures that were taken of me on Thanksgiving have got to be like 8 by 10. Trust me, I'm going to get it in. And I will be so fat that I will have broken one of the branches on the family tree by day's end. It's coming. It will clearly be a cheat weekend for me. Of course I kid, but to be totally honest with you, this weekend isn't a comical one for a lot of American families. So allow me to add a little perspective to the discourse today by sharing a conversation I had with a close and personal friend of mine this past weekend. So I had to drive back to my hometown of Bakersfield to check on my family who has lost a loved one recently, to MC a quinceañera for the daughter of a longtime friend of mine, and to tie up a few lingering loose ends that unfortunately still remain since I departed the city 2 years ago. And upon visiting a community partner and friend of mine, the first words out of his mouth were, and I quote, "Danny Morrison is back on the scene. Maybe now these people can stop asking if you'll be coming back to give out turkeys this year." End quote. Interesting. Yeah, every Thanksgiving season, the tentacles within my personal #HowLong movement would collect hundreds of turkeys and hams and hold a community event in the most impoverished neighborhoods of Bakersfield to assist those in need. So my answer to him was, quote, "I can't do that anymore." You all know that I'm in Los Angeles now, although I do plan on doing the same thing in LA starting in 2023, end quote. His answer, paraphrased of course, "Look, man, these greedy people need to learn to stand on their own 2 feet anyway. I think they relied on you every year just so they wouldn't have to pay for that stuff on their own. Now they can buy food with that extra money instead of all the weed and liquor they be buying all the time." End quote. Yeah, he said that. And his boy that was with him was nodding in agreement. Now, I want to be careful in saying what I'm about to say on this microphone right now because there's a high probability that he is listening at this present time. He's an avid listener to the Danny Mo Show, and especially now that we're on in drive time. But he is foul for those comments. He knows how I feel. I told him to his face. I believe that he and others like him in the black community don't truly understand what it means to be poor during the holiday season. Yeah, the vast majority of my listening audience is probably eagerly anticipating a great Thanksgiving holiday with the finest of meats and cheeses and delectable delights surrounded by a colorful collection of multiple black generations, huh? With a caravan of some of you prepared to take on Black Friday the next day arm in arm while shopping for the best deals in town, huh? But not the poor folk. People that were poor, just like my family. You probably never experienced watching a single mom of 6 kids try to mathematically calculate if it's possible to buy and cook a Thanksgiving dinner and still make the mortgage on the first of the month. You probably never experienced watching a mom having to cut corners on that dinner by substituting certain items with more untraditional ingredients, huh? You probably never experienced that same Thanksgiving dinner being stretched out over a full week after the holiday and crafted into practically every turkey-based concoction that the human mind could ever imagine. And Black Friday? Please. Throughout my childhood and even my adolescence, there was never a year when the Morrison family could take part in the hustle and the bustle of that unofficial holiday. Ever. Yeah, we were fully aware that deals run rampant throughout the American commerce that day and would likely cut the cost of Christmas for the penniless pack of our poverty-stricken. But shopping on that day was purely impossible when the state of the financial coffers of the Morrison family was annually in limbo and still being written. So today I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. Both sides of the spectrum, too. And you know who you are. For one, anyone that finds themselves in a state of pomposity and looking down upon those that are in dire straits and feeling as long as they got theirs, all is well in their world. And two, anyone that is highly stressed at this present time and still has no idea how they're going to make it through Thanksgiving and the rest of the holiday season, I have a message for you too. So listen up, listen close, and listen good. For those whose bank accounts are full and healthy this afternoon, for those that don't have a financial stress in the world, I give you Exhibit A because Denzel Washington has entered the chat. Listen.
You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. I'll say it again. You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. I don't care how much money you make, you can't take it with you. And it's not how much you have. It's what you do with what you have. We all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses, some teachers. Yeah, okay. Some preachers. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but it's the joy. That's where the joy is, in helping others. That's where the success is.
You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. That's where the joy is, in helping others. That's where the success is. And what are you doing with your blessings? And if you're someone that is listening to my voice right now and you are stressed about this holiday season right now, and no food in the cupboards right now, no money for Christmas right now, I give you Exhibit B. Perhaps I should call it Exhibit D, because that exhibit is me. I'm a man that will experience this year's holiday season minus one sibling. My family, who is now emotionally distraught, will be burying my sister this month. I'm also a man that almost lost a son to stage 4 cancer 10 years ago, and we celebrated his 16th birthday in May this year. So please believe me when I tell you, I understand. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you ever find yourself depressed, and need some form of an affirmation to get back on track, walk yourself through a children's hospital one time. See the families, see the children, see the pain, and I promise you that you'll gain a perspective like you've never had before while walking out. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but God has got your back. Instead of focusing on the things that are missing from your life, try to focus on how blessed you actually are. Blessings don't always have to be material. God materializes in many forms and fashions, and having your health and the comfort of your family around you is far more imperial. In conclusion, all I want is for everyone to enjoy their Thanksgiving this year. Some of us will spend the holiday laughing hysterically with the people that we love. Others will spend the holiday crying hysterically from the people that we've lost. But regardless of the side of the story that you land on, I pray that at the end of the day, you remember that God is still in charge, regardless. And all will work out in the end if you allow him to be your guide, your personal savior, and even your boss. Happy Thanksgiving, regardless of what side you land on. But that's just me. Tell me what you think, LA. What are you thankful for this year? Your health, your family, your job, perhaps something else. How did God bless you in 2022? And what message do you have for those that may not be in the best condition this holiday season? Holla at your boy. Your voice is a change. Your voice is the community. Your voice is on 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. You can also stream us via the brand new KBLA streaming app on your app store. iOS or Android, it don't matter. That same app allows you to send me your questions and comments that I will answer live at different intervals throughout the broadcast. Plus, like, share, and follow your favorite radio station live on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KBLA 1580. Feel free to follow me at Danny Mo Show on those same platforms too. Plus, me and my nighttime partner in crime, Robin Ayers, will take your comments via the ecosystem of this social network. Check this out. No 7 series today because we got a special guest coming on to the Danny Mo Show. She offers more than 2 decades of accomplishments in the housing and the nonprofit sector. Beginning her career in fair housing, she developed a strong interest in housing issues and parlayed this interest into addressing housing issues, implementing community and economic development initiatives, and building affordable housing opportunities. And today, she's going to come up in here and discuss the impact of the Greater Los Angeles homeless youth count and the Candlelight Interfaith Prayer and Youth Voice Reflection event, which is taking place a week from today on behalf of Homeless Youth Awareness Month. Her name is Janet Kelly, Executive Director of the Sanctuary of Hope. Inside my Pulse One-on-One at the bottom of the hour, prepare for a blessed conversation. Add to that conversation with your phone calls when we come forward. Welcome to the Danny Morrison Show on Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Let's ride.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles.
From middays to nighttime.
Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
This Black Friday, we're checking everyone off your list with unbeatable deals at Ulta Beauty all week long. Starting November 20th, shop hundreds of exciting deals in store and online. And beginning Tuesday, get $12 mascaras from brands like Benefit and $10 lippies from brands like Fenty, and so much more. Because our kind of holiday is you having your kind of holiday. So what are you waiting for? Hurry to an Ulta Beauty near you or buy online and pick up in store. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin Ultra Strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Okay. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory. Yeah, man.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community, and I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, California, streaming live on the KBLA YouTube page as we speak. I'm not here to tell you how to think, but I am here to tell you what to think about. We black in the spot. Another episode of the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. First on the scene, so fresh and so clean. Let's check out what to clean. Come on, Eddie, let's go. She's your queen. Looking so creepy to me.
What?
Shush.
I don't even know what you said. But
I don't even know what I said.
That's okay.
Was it okay? Was it better than yesterday?
It was better than yesterday. Yeah.
That's all you're going to give me?
Yeah, it was. I don't even know what you said.
A to F. Where am I? Where you got me?
It's got to be about the C- because I don't even know what you said.
That's
you
below average.
You have to enunciate, sir.
Well, kick that one more time. One more time, Andy. Come on, blaze that up. Come on, don't do that to me. She's your queen. Me. Did I enunciate that time?
Oh my God.
How are you today? Did I enunciate it up that time?
I am doing well. Thank you very much.
You look fantastic.
Good.
You look like a business woman today. Business.
Yeah. I had some things I had to do today, so it was fun. It was great. I don't come dressed in sweats and sneakers all the time. I have to dress up. I have things to do.
Just 90% of the time.
Well, 90% of the time we're here at nighttime.
That is very true.
After my day has completely gone by, I'm getting in sweats and sneakers. That's kind of how I roll.
I get asked sometimes, like, "What? Do you guys ever have anything on other than sweats?" And I go,
They ask me that?
We get here at 9 o'clock.
Well, see, no one asks me that because they see me dressed up pretty often.
I must admit, it's very rare people see me dressed up on my socials.
Yeah, I think I've only seen you dressed up a handful of times.
Because I'm just not that cat. I'm not that cat.
Yeah, you're like gym, sleep, radio station.
Right.
Gym, sleep, radio station.
And eventually, gym, sleep, Janet. Gym, eventually. Just give it time.
You're still going to dress like that, though.
Yes, I am. What's going on with the Rob Report tonight, huh?
Oh, my goodness. There's so much to talk about with the Raw Report. We're going to talk about, my goodness, there is Balenciaga is under fire again. We're going to talk about Lawrence Fishburne, who surprised many people with some information that he revealed recently, and so much more. Of course, we got entertainment. We have some business and news, and we've got the question of the day, which I think is a pretty good one today. And
is the relationship tonight?
No, but I guess you can kind of manipulate it to be a relationship.
And we will.
And of course, we have our motivational moment too from Michelle Obama.
Ooh, you dropping bombs this week. Yesterday, Denzel. Tonight is Michelle Obama.
I know, right? What's tomorrow? Well, tomorrow we've got comedian Lil Rel in the house. Ooh. And so comedian actor Lil Rel, and so he might give us a motivational moment because he really is about that life.
Oh, he is the man for sure.
Yeah,
he hotter than fish grease right now. That's the Raw Report coming up at the top of the hour. By the way, don't forget in the third hour a few more of the Upon Further Review clips that you all have sent us over the past few days. Clips that extend the conversation on some of the topics we've touched on recently on the Danny Mo Show. Tonight, first clip features the brilliant Dick Gregory, breaking down on how we only have one expectation on this earth from the moment we leave the womb. I'm going to show that. Second, Dave Chappelle, still got to play that clip on why he left the Chappelle Show. Could help some creatives out there. Third one, the big dog Eric Thomas. Can we get to that clip tonight, please?
Come on.
Do you think he's number one?
No.
Who's the number one motivational speaker in your eyes?
Either like Oprah, Will, or Denzel, or somebody like that.
You think Oprah is the motivational speaker? I don't put her in that category.
Well, she's not a motivational speaker. When you speak, she's motivational, though. There's a difference.
That's a nugget, right?
It isn't that. Those are bars.
Ooh.
Those are bars. It's kind of what she does.
I can agree with that. Upon Further Review clip, all coming up in the third hour after the Raw Report. Also, KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event. Welcome home Mayor-elect Karen Bass. Join us for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. Entertainment, food trucks, a diverse array of vendors, along with attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Karen Bass on the main stage as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelenos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. Make sure you stay tuned to KBLA and our social media platforms for all the important details. We look forward to celebrating Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you. But in the meantime and in between time, make sure you like, share, comment, follow us on all socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But today, we're discussing the two sometimes polarizing sides of the Thanksgiving holiday, those with and those without. Which side do you land on? What are you thankful for this year? And what message do you have for those that are struggling in 2022 if this is ever a setup for you? Miss Robin, give them a motivational moment for a minute here.
Well, I don't know if it's a motivational moment. I can just tell you that whatever it is that we have in my family, we try to do the traditional thing. I cook at home, I do the whole thing, and then we'll go visit family as well. But then what we try to start, and hopefully it'll continue, is taking whatever we have left over. And we literally just make plates and we'll wrap them up and we go try to find someone who is houseless, someone who is out there because it's cold outside, especially at night right now. They're all around, so me, my husband, Robbie, we take our girls and we will literally just go hand out the plates if we can. And so, to me, that is doing both. That's sort of just, that's sort of being thankful and grateful for what we have, but then also just sharing that sort of love for people who don't have. So, I say join in, if you find yourself in that position that has, some leftover food, I mean, you can argue one way or the other that it may not be the most sanitary thing, but hey, it's us. You know what you have. How clean it is and all that stuff. So we just try to pay it forward.
You're doing a fantastic job. That is a motivational moment. Look at you. By the way, you guys know I've been looking for fried turkey. Deep fried turkey. I went to 2 Popeyes because that the Oracle told me the Popeyes was the place. I went to the one on Slauson and I went to the one on Manchester right next to the freeway. And they laughed in my face.
Oh. Okay.
They said, we started selling these on October 15th. You're coming in here 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Oh, right.
It's just not going to happen.
That's true.
So the beautiful and talented Miss Angela Reddock Wright sent me a message today.
Hey, Angela.
Hello, Danny. We have a black-owned fried turkey guy for you. He does them for LA probation officers and lots of other folks. He is also our neighbor. Name is Alfonso. He said he can send you pictures, too. I was like, pictures of what? Of the turkey?
Turkey,
I hope that's what we're talking about. But he's on the phone right now. Let's bring him on. Alfonso, how you doing, friend?
Hello?
Turn your radio down for me. Can you do that?
Got it down. How we doing today?
I got about 2 minutes here. By the way, when you come on this show, you got to give me your height, your color, and your hood, Alfonso.
You got it, my brother. You talking to Alonzo from Carson, California, 6'2". All good loving.
Carson,
but good eating.
Carson, California, checking in. Drop tag. Come on, Andy. Yeah. So I heard you got the goods, man. I feel like I'm buying drugs from somebody right now. So how do I get a deep fried turkey? What I got to do?
But all you got to do is let me know when you're ready to have one. I'm going to take care of you personally.
Really? Well, you're with the probation department. I don't know what that means, but hey, I'll come and get it tomorrow. I don't care where you are. You said you're in Carson. I'll drive wherever I got to go to get it.
You let me know, and I will prepare you a deep fried turkey. I personally inject it myself with my recipe. Wow. I use nothing but 100% peanut oil, no blend, no nothing, straight peanut oil. Cook it at the right temperature. When it leaves out of here, it's golden brown.
Woo! I'm coming to you tomorrow morning.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you never had one before, you would never go back to an oven baked again.
I've had one before. I've had two before, actually. And I loved them, and that's why I want one this year.
Oh, well, you're talking to the right man.
That's what man, God bless you. By the way, I'm told you're black-owned. Is that true?
That's true. Myself, my two daughters. Actually, I work for my two younger daughters, believe it or not. They like cooking, and they're little entrepreneurs, and so they like the daddy, you need to do something to help us out. So we started a little catering thing, and every once in a while they do a little catering job and do things, and my two daughters, and that's what we do.
Let's give you a shout-out. What's the name of that business, huh?
McGee's Custom Catering.
McGee's Custom Catering. Kick them a phone number. Go ahead.
Area code 310-428-8697.
What about socials? How can they find you online?
Actually, we haven't got a website going.
You ain't got no website. You a catering company.
Well,
he said yet.
The kids are in school still, so they got to keep it as they don't want to say no to very many people.
All right.
So they trying to keep it small, and as summertime they're going to put this summer we're going to put something out for them.
All right.
But like I said, we normally do things on the weekends, but they love to cook. I love to help them. I love to show them, and that's what we do.
Alfonso, I'm up against it. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you tomorrow morning. I have your phone number, and I'll get in contact with you, and I appreciate you so much. And Angela Reddock Wright, I love you so much. Thank you. Have a good day, okay?
Thank you, guys. You guys have a good day.
Thank you. Take care.
News and traffic right now. We'll talk to Janet Kelly. She's the executive director of the Sanctuary of Hope on the other side. Inside My Pulse 101, Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Vice President Harris is leaving no doubt about her intentions for the next presidential election.
Well, as the president said, he intends to run, and if he does, I will be running with him.
She spoke to reporters in the Philippines. Biden said earlier this month he expects to decide early next year on whether to seek another term in the White House. The troubles for the cryptocurrency industry are not slowing down. The price of Bitcoin hit a 2-year low this morning of $15,480. The entire crypto market has seen about $1.5 trillion of its value disappear this year. The hip-hop Nutcracker is coming to streaming TV. The show was a new take on the Christmas classic The Nutcracker Ballet set in New York City. It features rap legends Curtis Blow and Reverend Run of Run DMC, who will narrate the program. It will air on Disney Plus starting November 25th. And that's the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
In downtown, northbound 110 between Adams and the 10 freeway, we've got a work zone affecting the right lane this afternoon, and it is jammed from the 105. In Pomona, northbound 71 between Mission Boulevard and Valley Boulevard, we've got the right lane coned off, and it is jammed up from the 60. In Castaic on the northbound 5 between Lake Hughes and Templin Highway, we've got an ongoing work zone to repair damages of the root fire. The right lane remains closed closed until March. In Malibu, southbound PCH between Las Flores Canyon and Big Rock Drive. We've also got some utility work that's got the right lane blocked off.
Dell's Black Friday event starts now with up to $400 off on select XPS and Alienware PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors, plus special pricing on accessories and free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Miami Dolphins are one of the NFL's surprising teams this season. They are 7-3 and tied with Buffalo atop the AFC East. It's a dirty shame that Brian Flores is not the Dolphins head coach. Flores, an African-American, was the Dolphins head coach last year. They finished the season winning 8 of their last 9 games and barely missed the playoffs. Despite the strong finish, Dolphins owner Stephen Ross fired Flores anyway, prompting Flores to file his highly publicized lawsuit against the Dolphins and the NFL for discriminatory hiring practices involving black coaches. Flores is currently the linebackers coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he still should be the head coach of the up-and-coming Miami Dolphins. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're a slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call on me, your MVP. Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Congratulations to this week's KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week, Community Legal Aid SoCal. Advocates for justice in Orange and Los Angeles counties. Congratulations, Community Legal Aid SoCal.
Did you know fixing outdoor leaks can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving actions at home and in your yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're honored to be named the #1 hospital in California and the #2 hospital in the nation in U.S. News & World Report's Best Hospitals Honor Roll. We're also proud to be named #1 in 6 specialties in Los Angeles. Thank you to our physicians, nurses, academic leaders, and thousands of other team members who bring their best to Cedars-Sinai every day. Learn more about our top-ranked care at cedars-sinai.org.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass.
Oh my God.
Join us for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be entertainment, food trucks, and a diverse array of vendors, along with attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 and our social media platforms for all the important details. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. It's a celebration. UNITY.
KBLA Talk 1580, putting the spotlight on culture and community. The Rodney King Foundation works in the community to promote positive race relations and achieve social justice. The foundation provides advocacy, educational scholarships, and the powerful Walk in Love initiative. The Rodney King Foundation seeks a world of hope, tolerance, and social justice, where divisiveness has been overcome and all people live together peacefully and harmoniously. Executive Director, Founder Laura King is striving to enhance the community's self-esteem, health, social services, and social justice locally and worldwide. The foundation is dedicated to continuing the message of Laura's father, the great Rodney King, to promote peace and #Get Along. For more information, please visit rodneyking.org or call 626-541-2907. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
You gotta get with it, get lost. You understand?
Yeah. This young Lord reporting live from Atlanta, Georgia. Decatur, where it's greatest. And I want all my sexy ladies to report to the dance floor immediately. We gon' go and glide this one, y'all. Big Reese.
Yeah, right off the back, man, the boy got dollars. So women come frequent like flight mileage. It ain't no secret. I might holler, but I ain't gon' sweat you, baby. I'ma let you catch up with your gang. Run faster, don't let them lose you, cause I ain't gon' bless you unless you feel a little desperate. Send a text message, girl.
Stop, wait a minute. The way you move that girl, you done got my heart all in it. And I just wanna be with you tonight. Girl, please, I'm a player, yeah, it's true. But I changed the game for you. I wanna see what it do. Can I be free? This is how I feel. I'm in need of love. So let's dip up out of here. Ooh, you're just my type. Everything's so right. And I just want you. So let's dip up out of here. Let's dip up out of here. She's fine too, but I want you. She's fine too, but I want you.
You are checking out the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. What's that, Lloyd?
That was smooth.
That's Wheezy on the...
Oh, my goodness. That song is everything. I hadn't heard that in a long time. Thanks, Andy.
Really? Then what year then, Queen? Yeah. That song is everything. Yeah.
04. I'm just playing. I don't know. I just took a...
It's way up on that.
Is it? No. Like, give me a range. It's in the 2000s. That's for sure.
It ain't post 2010.
So he said I'm in the range. 04. I'm going to say then maybe 05?
I'm going to go 07.
06. Whatever.
Thank you very much.
Don't do that for him. Don't do that for him, Andy.
I'll be here all week.
You know I'm going to hear about this, Andy. Just give him one compliment, and then, he can't stop.
It ain't my fault. I'm genius. Let's go to the Post one-on-one here. All right. She offers more than 2 decades of accomplishment. Don't be laughing. Janet, I am genius. Don't you be laughing. Okay? More than 2...
Even she knows that's a joke. Thank you, Janet.
That is now that's the 11th commandment, that Danny Morrison is genius. Okay? More than 2 decades of accomplishments in the housing and the nonprofit sector. Beginning her career in fair housing, she developed a strong interest in housing issues and parlayed this interest into addressing housing issues, implementing community and economic development initiatives. Ooh, that's a mouthful. And building affordable housing opportunities. Janet Kelly, Executive Director of the Sanctuary of Hope, inside my Post 101. Welcome her into the Danny Mo Show. Let's go!
All right, I feel welcome. Woo-hoo.
We appreciate you so much. How you doing out there today? I'm told you're in downtown LA as we speak, right?
Yes, and I'm going to say this because I've been listening to you. I want to say that I'm feeling thankful for my family. I'm feeling thankful that I have a roof over my head and a place to call home. I'm thankful for the people in my life and the relationships that I've made over the years. And I'm thankful that I have the resilience to overcome. I'm thankful.
Ooh, you know what, Andy? That's already the call of the day, and we just started, man. Give it to him, Janet Kelly, call of the day, official. You go up on the board. We appreciate you. You know, I ask every guest that comes inside the Post 101 the same question. Got to ask you too. What is your 25th letter? What is your why? Why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what I do is because I believe in the promise and the potential of our young people. And I know that if they have a strong community, a resilient community, they are going to have that same strong resilience too. And this month is Homeless Youth Awareness Month. And if there's ever a why or any why, no young person in the United States should be homeless or housing insecure or without a home at all.
I totally agree with you. I've worked with our transient youth back in my hometown, as we called it. And I think there's a misconception with a lot of the youth out there. There's many people that believe that if you're young and you're homeless, it is voluntary. Can you speak to that, please? Do you agree with that or disagree?
I disagree, because no young person chooses to be without a home. Either young people are fleeing from abuse and neglect, or they're in household situations where the tension and the trauma is so thick that they either have to run away from home. But then there's also young people who find themselves in precarious situations, especially here in South LA, where we have non-traditional households where they may have grown up with grandma or they may have grown up with another family member, and that family member passes away and leaves them, you know, without some form of housing safety or puts them in a housing crisis. So, no, young people do not choose to be homeless, right? Young people do not choose to be in a housing crisis. And when you think about it in the context of their development, we're talking about young people that are between the ages of 16 and 25. So can you really kind of surmise that young people would choose to be without a home?
Right. Yeah, I agree. And I think people also have a misconception on what homeless actually is. People, when they think homeless, they think someone sleeping in a cardboard box on the side of the freeway. But they don't understand. If you're couch surfing, you're also homeless. If you're sleeping on the streets or in a shelter, you're also homeless. Give them the entire spectrum, the entire breakdown on what being homeless actually is in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it could be as simple if you're exiting from the child welfare system and you have no place to go, you are homeless and without a home. And we don't use the word homeless so much when we talk about young people because they don't like identifying with that term, because a lot of times people identify homeless as an identity instead of a situation, right? And so we often use the word either housing crisis or housing insecurity. And many young people fall into that by either exiting the child welfare system, exiting the juvenile justice system or any form of justice system, the loss of a loved one, not being able to have a living wage job or obtaining a job. You know, young people face far more challenges as it relates to employment because now they're competing with older populations for jobs that were their entry-level jobs, such as McDonald's, the Target, you know, things that we often don't think about that were once, you know, entry-level jobs for young people where competition has become so great.
That's exactly
so, no, someone in a housing crisis looks like a student that attends a community college or even a UC or a Cal State University. That's what it looks like, and it's not visible because they're hidden in plain sight.
We are talking to Janet Kelly. She's executive director of the Sanctuary of Hope. We haven't spoken on that beautiful, wonderful, wonderful organization that you work for. Tell us a little bit more about the Sanctuary of Hope.
Great. So we are a youth development and human services organization. What we do is we provide crisis and stabilization services for young people between the ages of 16 and 25 who may find themselves in some form of crisis, whether it's a housing crisis, a basic needs crisis, or economic crisis. The population that walks through our doors is very diverse. I mean, we have youth that are who have either been child welfare or justice impacted, housing or economic insecure, trafficking or domestic violence survivor, expectant and parenting youth. And I use the word expectant because a lot of people may not be familiar with the term, because we don't use the word pregnant because we want to be inclusive of everyone who's in the birthing process, the dad, or if you're working with a transgender young person, but mainly a lot of young people who are too low income or just really, making ends meet or on the cusp of a really huge housing crisis.
Mm. When we come forward, I was looking at the Greater Los Angeles homeless youth count, and it showed that there's a reduction, 63% reduction of young people experiencing street homelessness. I want to know what you attribute that to. Can I ask you that on the other side?
Yeah, and you know what?
Hold on.
A lot of it
can you answer it when we come back? How about that, when we come forward?
Oh, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Janet Kelly, Executive Director of the Sanctuary of Hope, Inside My Post 101, Danny Mo Show, KBLA. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Higher gas prices meant oil companies made massive profit. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by MLK Hospital. The average for regular gas is $5.46 at the pump, with $5.80 for premium. Meanwhile, local refiners like Phillips 66 and Marathon report profit increases up to 1,243% higher than last year. Governor Newsom was reported to say that big oil is making record profits by, quote, ripping off Californians, end quote. Penalties for this price gouging will put profits back into taxpayers' pockets in the form of a direct deposit refund. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News. Let us know your thoughts on this by tweeting us at KBLA 1580. When you have your baby at MLK Community Hospital, they will work hard to make sure you and your family have the experience that you want. MLK Hospital welcomes your new baby.
Prosperity Market, LA's mobile Black farmers market, invites you to support Black-owned businesses this holiday season. Prosperity Market gives you the gift of convenient, curated shopping with in-person and online markets. Starting November 25th, Prosperity Market's holiday gift sets will be available to order online, featuring snacks, goodies, self-care essentials, and produce from Black-owned businesses and farms. Place your order by December 15th for pickup or local delivery on December 17th. To shop Prosperity Market in person, visit the holiday pop-up on December 3rd at the original Farmers Market on 3rd Street near the Grove. For more information, visit prosperitymarketla.com. That's prosperitymarketla.com. And follow on Instagram at prosperity.market. That's prosperity.market.
So you tested positive for COVID. What's next? Treat yourself. COVID treatments like Paxlovid are free. Taken by pill, these medications can stop the illness from getting serious. So treat yourself. Call a healthcare provider or the statewide COVID hotline at 833-422-4255 to find free treatment today. Again, that's 833-422-4255. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Inside My Post 101 at the moment, talking to Janet Kelly, Executive Director of the Sanctuary of Hope. Now, as I asked a few minutes ago, the Greater Los Angeles homeless youth count revealed a 63% reduction of young people experiencing street homelessness. What do you attribute the decrease in numbers to?
Prevention. A lot of funding and resources came down from the federal, state, and local level centered around prevention to keep people housed. And it was the eviction moratoriums. It was the moratoriums with older foster youth exiting out of the child welfare system. All of those played a pivotal or key role in ensuring that young people did not fall into homelessness at high rates.
Yeah, prevention services, it says here, financial assistance, education and employment support, and mental well-being services were main drivers of impact. Yeah, it says right here. Very well said. And it also says 41,000 unaccompanied youth ages 13 to 25 experience homelessness. Will you please explain to me, 13 years old? That has got to be tragic every single time you see it.
It is, and it's very tragic, and it's oftentimes, young people who are fleeing abuse and neglect, or it's young people who may have gotten caught up into trafficking.
Take me through the situation, because it also says here 62% of young people leave home to escape family violence, child abuse, or family breakdown. If a 13-year-old comes across you and they tell you that same story, what is the next move for you? Do you involve the authorities or do you keep them separate?
Well, it really depends, because one, if a young person comes into us and they report abuse, of course, we're mandated reporters, so we have to report that. But sometimes, young people, they do run away, and sometimes it's family conflict that can be resolved, right? Because sometimes it could be a behavioral issue, and one of the things, and I don't want to start nothing on here because I don't spank and I don't believe in spanking, but some people do. But some young people, conflicts sometimes even arise around simple things such as spanking, right? Or there's not enough income coming into the household, and it increases the stress in the household. And so, sometimes it's addressing that need, right? Whether it's, a basic need or something that will relieve that stress so that the young person could come back home. Or maybe having a discussion with the parent about, there's other ways if you get frustrated, instead of spanking, especially at this age, let's talk about ways in which we can have healthy communication.
Janet?
So it's things like that.
Yeah. Hi, this is Robin. Good to meet you, and thank you so
Hi,
much for
Robin.
the work that you do. I had a
thank you.
question regarding this type of thing. I had a situation, well, it wasn't my situation, but I knew someone who I went to high school with, and not very long after we went to high school, I was surprised to see him on the side of the road with a sign asking for money. And but I knew him well when we were in school, so I pulled over. I spoke to him. I can tell he was a little embarrassed about the situation, but I asked if there was anything that I could do. Was there any place that he could go? And he turned down the offer of like getting to any safety or organization that could help him out. And he said, in his experience, however long he had been there on the street, that he was, he chose to do it pretty much on his own, fend for himself. And so I'm wondering how often you might come across or hear stories about someone who just chooses, whether young, older, someone who's choosing to remain houseless and with no assistance. And then I am curious about that, if you've heard of any stories. But then on the other side, what would you suggest to any one of us who comes in contact with someone and we're trying to offer up some sort of help? What are the options, I guess, for us in that situation?
In 2 minutes, Janet, I'm sorry.
Great. Okay. So first, no, I haven't run into anyone who's chosen to be on the streets, but I do know that people have been on the streets a long time. And a decision, I will assure you, a decision will be made to leave the streets, okay? Because I've seen it happen and it done. And as it relates to coming in contact with someone, right, I think it's always important to always be present with the person, but also be present and have a resource. Always have a resource to make a referral. Like for us, if it's a young person who's a runaway, the 1-800 runaway line, right, is a good resource because they can help a young person connect or reconnect with family or get to a safe place within a short period of time, right? Because it's a national resource and it has those national connections. Or to connect with us, Sanctuary of Hope, and we could connect and determine what's the most appropriate action that will help a young person to become stable.
Give them all modes of communication with the Sanctuary of Hope. Give them the phone number, give them the socials, give them the website. Break it down.
All right. So the number to Sanctuary of Hope is 323-786-2413. The website is www.thesoh.org. And our social media is at Sanctuary of Hope LA, and that's where majority of the young people engage with us.
Yeah, I'm quite sure. Beautiful. Instagram for sure, I bet. Janet Kelly, I appreciate you, and don't forget that I am the 11th commandment. It's coming soon, okay?
Okay.
She laughed too hard at that. You have yourself a blessed Thanksgiving, okay?
Oh, okay, thank you so much, and have a good one.
You too. Be blessed.
Bye-bye.
You know, I'm surprised that she's never had one encounter with a teenager going, I'm cool. There has to be one or two, right?
Yeah, well, maybe by the time she is in contact with them, they're ready.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe the first time they have some hairs on their chest. I don't need you. I don't need my parents. I don't know. You know, see them that second or third time.
Yeah, and it becoming harder and harder to be out there, you know, by yourself in the different conditions and weather, and you know, maybe you didn't receive as much money today as you did, you know, previous, you know, it could be anything, you know, but yeah, they are out there. They are out there, people who are choosing to stay, you know, houseless and on the streets for a number of reasons. But that's why I'm always curious about what we can do. That's why I'm always like, you know what? If I have anything on me, I'm just going to try to give.
Kids always get me.
Yeah.
I'm the same
for
way.
Sure. Definitely kids or women or men, just parents who are there with their kids. You know, that also tugs on my heartstrings.
And I love what she said about just have some answers.
Yeah.
I know
just
some
in resources, exactly.
Gang prevention specialists back in my hometown. And when they approach these gang members, they always go, what you going to do? If I leave this gang today, what you going to do for me? And they always say, if they ask that question, you better have an answer for them because it takes all credibility away from you. Yeah. If you say, I'm going to get you out this gang, I'm going to get you out this neighborhood, I'm going to change your life, but you don't have the necessary answers they want to hear, they ain't trying to hear you from that point on.
Yeah.
So I bet it's the same way with that community as well. Thank you, Janet Kelly. We appreciate you. When we come forward, the Raw Report will blaze up on the other side. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Stay there.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's to the latest from the Black Information Network. Ice Cube says he lost a $9 million film job after refusing to take a COVID-19 vaccine shot. Speaking on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, the rapper said he was dropped from the comedy Oh Hell No. Fire officials are reminding folks that Thanksgiving is the biggest day of the year for cooking fires. Officials say keep your eyes on your cooking equipment and keep young children out of the kitchen. Turkey fryers should be placed on